What's up guys, it's Josh here from Dimp Digital, bringing you another How To in Destiny. This time we're going to be farming the Helium Filaments upgrade material. So it's going to be very similar to the last vid. We're just going to have a quick run around. I'll show you the route that I use and then we'll kind of take it from there. So once you land in on the moon, you're going to be spawning in at the bottom of a crater, which is in Archer's Line area. So what we're going to do from here is, you can see the earth there, you're going to head up the slope here. I like to start it in the far corner just because I think it's easier to kind of keep track of which bits I've done and which bits I haven't. Some people like to start from where you spawn in, but personally, like I say, I feel this is easier. So, like I say, jump on your Sparrow, head up the main area, go past these kind of big metal things on the right hand side, over to the far corner of the first area. And once you're here, you're going to be seeing a little cave in front of you. That is going to be the start of our run. And the idea is that we're going to be following the pipe all the way along to the end, then jumping up on top of it to come all the way back to this point. So we'll start off straight away. We're going into the first cave. When you go into the caves, it's quite important to make sure you have a little look behind this rock. All the caves look the same on the inside, but that rock will often have a chest right behind it. That time it didn't, obviously. We're going to be looking around. This is what you're going to be looking for. It's helium coils. That's what they look like when they're out in the open area. That is more frequently found on here than perhaps the relic iron is on Mars. So what you're going to do is go into that hut on the right, or that building on the right hand side. There's obviously the first cave there, which is straight in front of you as you run in, which I've gone into. As you can see, I was getting a bit pissed off with the large amount of enemies that were spawning here, so I thought I'd just put a couple down just so I didn't die straight away. Nothing worse than dying when you're trying to make a tutorial video. It doesn't make you look very professional. Not that I am, but nonetheless, we'll give it a try anyway. This is the main area of that room that we've gone into. There is a little chest down here in the corner. The chests in this room spawn all over the place, so it's worth having a proper scout around. And at the back of the room, there is another one of these little caves that we can go into and have a quick look. There was nothing there, so we're going to make our way back towards the way we came in, up the slope to here, and then out of the building. Right, once you've gone out of the building, you go to the right hand side, just follow this kind of yellow hose that's on the floor. We're coming up here. I like to have a quick look on the top of this rock. Sometimes there's chests that spawn in and around that area. Always worth to have a little look just to make sure there's nothing silly going on or anything hidden away. Drop off the edge here to where this mission marker is. There's quite often some helium coils around here, so I like to have a quick look. And then, as I said, we're just kind of following that pipe downwards. Have a little look in there. There's sometimes a spawn around there. All the buildings on the way, you're going to want to look both inside and on the roof. Of all big fuck there. Avoid him. Yeah, you're going to want to look inside and outside. So quite often chests spawn on the top of like those filing cabinets that are in the corner. And quite a lot of the time there is stuff on the top. So as you can see, there is some helium coils there, which I'm going to grab very quickly before I check the rest of the roofs. Sometimes there's some on the top here. Have a little look around. Oh, while I was here, there is actually, I've already collected it so it doesn't spawn, but just there is a dead ghost which you can pick up if you haven't already got it. It's always worth grabbing them whilst you spot them around and about. So nothing else on the top there, so we're going to head down following that pipe. Always check at the foot of all of the legs of the pipe. There is quite often bits and pieces that spawn in and around there. Drop off the edge and we go down to this cave on the left hand side. Just once again have a little look around that rock. There's nothing there. Head back out and head over to the other rock on the other side just there. So we're still all the time just having a quick look around, making sure there's nothing obvious because like I say, unlike relic iron, helium coils are quite easy to spot from a distance. So you know, you can always just kind of jump around a lot and have a look about. Okay, so once I've checked those two caves, I quite like to come back here and just do a quick jump. And you can see just off in the distance there, I caught a little flash of something, which was, in fact, some helium coils off in the distance. They often spawn down here, so it is worth just having a quick look. Like I say, that little double jump just gives you enough height to be able to have a look and spot and see if there is anything there or not. And then you just head back to the main area. It's a little bit careful as you're coming along here. The amount of times that I've slipped off that fucking cliff, and if you get to the bottom, you will get 5 seconds to get back up the top, or you will be killed just for going outside of the game parameters. Nothing more frustrating, to say the very least. Just killing these fucks because they were really pissing me off. But yeah, you've got to be a little bit careful when you're running along these cliffs not to slide down. So another chest there where I grab the bits and pieces. And back out into the main area, like I say, just checking the foots of the legs on all of the pipe the whole way along. Jump up here to have a check around the top of this building. Some more there, which I pick up very quickly. And then shortly after I drop off the edge and just check inside, which I don't think there was anything inside here if I remember correctly. No, there was not. So we're going to go back outside. We're just going to check the area that is straight in front of you as you come back outside. Just jump over these barriers, whatever there are. There are some stealth buggers around here, so you've got to be a little bit careful because they will do you a little bit of damage if they hit you. And they're obviously a pain in the ass because they're fucking invisible. So some more coils here, which I just pick up. All the time I'm just perusing around. I like to look along the top of the pipe as well because sometimes bits and pieces do spawn up there. So you've got to be a little bit careful that you don't miss anything that's hidden away. So I've just spotted there is a little chest on the end of the top of the pipeline, which you can see just there. I'm heading over to that now. So go and grab that one. Once again, quite a common spawn point, but you've got to be a little bit careful not to miss them because it is easy to do. Checking around the foot again, check on the top of this building, go and kill the mugs up here because sometimes the dead bodies can glimmer in just the same way that the helium coils do, so you've got to be a little bit careful not to get the two modelled up because you can waste a lot of time going to investigate dead bodies. Into the last of the caves, and you can see there is another chest in there, and that is pretty much the end of the run. What we're then going to do is make our way along that pipe back to the start area. It just cuts out all the hassle of fight and everything, and like I say, if there is anything up the top here that's hidden away, you can grab it whilst we are up there. So from that rock you can jump up on in. I like to get my sparrow out and just kind of bumble along the middle. You can tip your sparrow quite easily here, and if you do that and jump, you will jump off of the pipe. It will force you off of the pipe, so you got to be a little bit careful when you're coming along. As you can see, I've just hit the end there, jump off the edge onto the roof, all the way down and back to the cave where we've started the run. So that's pretty much it. There's quite a lot that I've covered there, and as usual I'm going to jump into a little bit of fast forward just so we can do the run again to see, just to make sure you've got the route. So I'm going into that building, checking the left hand side, and there's obviously a loot chest there. Checking down here in that main room, and once again, like I say, there is some helium coils there. Checking the back room. Now, what you'll often find is that a lot of the... oh, fuck, Blades of Crow, avoid him. I'm just checking up the top there as well, like you can see that's where I was talking about before. You'll quite often find the stuff that you buy from the Vanguard to rank up. It requires helium coils to upgrade, so I think you'll find that this is probably the one that you most frequently have to farm. If you're buying bits and pieces from the Vanguard, which of course is the easiest way of getting your legendary gear. There are obviously other ways of getting it, but that is certainly the best way of doing it, and it's also a very good way of getting Ascendant shards in order to dismantle the bits and pieces. So you can get those Ascendant shards when you disassemble the gear that you buy. So I'm still just running around following that pipeline. You can see I shot up the top there. There was actually a chest hidden on the top of the pipe, which we're going to get a little bit later on in the run. So like I say, it's always worth just having a quick glance up there to make sure that there is... if there is anything up there, so you don't miss it when you're going back to the beginning from the top there. So still just jumping around like a lunatic, like I say, always keeping my eyes open for anything else. That was the last cave that we've just checked. As I said, we are going to go up the top and get that chest that we spotted before, so you can see me jumping onto the middle here. I still get my sparrow out and bomb it along a little way, but once I've got about halfway I jump off, and there is that chest that spawns up the top sometimes. Failed to get my sparrow out 3 or 4 times here just because, well, you know, it wouldn't be right unless I did something wrong. And then we're back at the start. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how the quickest way that I find to farm helium coils on the moon. I hope you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and no doubt I will see you again soon for my next video.